everybody. Welcome to another Ride Along with Goggles tutorial. And, I've done these ones before. It's a load order tutorial, and this one's going to have, it's more than just load order. It's going to be what I'm running for maps as well, because it ties in together. We did a little look at this profile the other day, and we were talking about the Ruta trucks. And people are having problems getting the Ruta mod loaded up. And one thing that I never used, but it turns out was causing a problem, was the patch for the older version engines, or maybe it was the Ruta patch for the 379/389. Yeah, that was it. It was supposed to help sort out the two trucks and with the new mod 3406B and Zmod audio framework. So that patch was causing people's games to crash. And I didn't realize that that was what it was until I, read that that was a solution. So my apologies for not putting that in the previous video. And if you haven't seen any of that information and you're still having problems, we'll get to that. We'll cover it in here. But anyway, we're going to start here. This is my Ruta profile. There's a lot of mods here, but bear in mind I got a ton of skins in here. You're going to see a whole bunch of them are test skins and work in progress things and stuff I've tried out, I may go back to. So this is kind of a profile where I keep a lot of that, because I do test a lot of skins on Ruta trucks, because, he's got the W900, he's got the Freightliner, he's got the Pete's, now a bunch of different Pete's, and the 362. So I do come into this profile a lot, and it's generally where I'm going to try a skin. Even if I don't finish it on this truck first, I will try it here first. And so that's why you're going to see so many skins. So without further ado, let's get into load order, and it's going to be why it matters, part 2. There we go. Now, to start with, we need to get something clear right off the bat, and I do this every time. Oh, we got a red thingy in here. What was that? Oh, Tempting Grain Trailer 6.8. Oh, I must have not saved that. Hang on. I didn't save my load order. It's been updated. Let's get this sorted out straight away. There's going to be one other thing in here that I changed too, the Rogers. So that's fixed. Now the Rogers. So we have to get that in place. I went through my load order. This is where, it was working fine. But is this one right here I want? Nope, it's this one. And I got to see, there's a couple more things I got to get out of there, out of my load order. They don't belong in there. And that's what I was doing. I was cleaning up in there, and I guess I missed some. And let's get this sorted things first. And see all the skins, like I say, there's all those ones without a Steam icon are test work in progress things. So that's good. So I'll confirm that change so we don't lose it. Go back in there. There we go. So what we got going on in here is, just to get back to where we were, I'm going to go down to the bottom. This is a really important concept to get. So just take a minute, clear your mind of everything you think you know, or preconceived notions or whatever, and just picture this. The game starts when you hit play, and whatever icon, if you're launching it through Truckbook, whatever, that's the point it's going to start. Once you've selected your profile, you're going to start it, then you're going to select your profile, and then it's going to load the profile. That's the start of everything. That's where it's all happening. And any problems you have here are going to prevent you from getting in the game and or the performance of the game. And how it loads the items that you have in your active mods in this right-hand panel is from the bottom to the top. So it seems kind of weird that that's what it's doing, and we're putting things in an order. Well, I have this above that, so this must be more important, or I have the ATS expansion cargo add-on above the map. Well, that must be more important than the map. Well, forget importance everything's important or it doesn't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what's going on here. And this is a general rule of thumb. It's not exact. But what's happening is we're going to load our maps first. And so if you think about the maps as could be a big carpet out on your floor in your living room or something, that's the map. And you're going to have a whole bunch of layers. As you can see here, we've got layers. We've got maps, and then we've got trucks. Then we've got trailers. And then we've got, well, I've got a ton of skins. You're not going to have that many skins. Then you're going to have your wheels and tires and things. Then you're going to have light packs. You're going to have tuning things, tuning packs. You're going to have cargo. So cargo here, tuning. You're going to have sound. You're going to have the cameras and things that change or help the game look better. You're going to have advertising. You're going to have transmissions, engines, and some, various mods that work best about, at the top, because they get picked up last so that they don't get overwritten by something else. In your background map, well, that's the very last thing in the weather. And yeah, that's how it goes. And we're going to put PNG back in here. Oh, there I go again, Recon. Yeah, he's bugging me because I kept calling PNG JBX in that video I did the other day. And he was right. I had to keep catching myself. We'll put this weather right in there. That's where that would go. All right. So confirm it, go back in. So now that we know that we're picking things up from the bottom, and think of it once again, you're picking your map up. Your map's going to go up. Oh, what's going to run around on my map? A truck. Oh, well, okay, now I got a truck. What am I going to put behind it? A trailer. Oh, that goes behind the truck. Now, let's see, what are we going to do? We could paint the truck. Could paint the trailer. Cool. What's a truck need to run on the ground? Wheels. Oh, let's get some wheels on it. We're going to be able to see where, no, we got to have, lights. Let's put some lights on it. And as you're picking up and you're building all this stuff layer by layer by layer, you're building this thing that you're going to play with called the game. And so you get through your lights and everything, you get all that going. Now, what about if I want to tweak my environment a little bit, or I got some tuning packs to go on the truck? There they are. So now I can tweak the truck a little bit beyond what the mod maker had intended. So I got all those little bits here. I've got my, real companies that might want some more realism in the game. You have real names, real advertising. Then you're going to get into sounds, because so far you've got all the sounds that come with it. You've got the sounds that are inherent in the game or integral to the game. You've got the sounds that come from the vehicle. So, the maps will have sounds in them. They'll have, you hop out of the truck and you'll hear like Pro Mods Canada with those awesome nature sounds. You'll hear all that. You get to the sound fixes level. These are sounds that are put in after the game. Bass sounds and map sounds are all in. So that's something you've picked up on your way up to the top. The top is where you play the game. So we're on our way up. Got those. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? We need transmissions. So there's our transmission mods. Throw that in the truck. What do you put on the front of a transmission? An engine. Okay, well, let's put an engine on that transmission. So you have all your engines. Now, engines are technically sound mods. So you got to think of them as sound mods. They're not a tuning part. And they didn't come, if they came with the truck, that's fine. But the aftermarket ones are the ones that are going to come afterward, or up above and with sounds like, sound fixes and whatever. That little caveat that the transmissions are in between. So we'll see that here as we're looking through this order. So, and at the very top, once you've gotten through all this, you've got these modifiers to your sound. Interior effects. We've got weather sound and effect. And we've got wind, tire, and trailer. So this is more sound. Then we've got these graphic mods. And the recommendation from Zmod with his master, if you're going to use his Zmod audio, oh, geez. Oh, what's it called again? ZAF, Zmod audio. God dang it. Why am I'm drawing a blank. His master reverb, ZAF's audio. Audio. Zmod audio. God dang it. I forgot what the F is for. All of a sudden, man, I'm drawing a big bad blank. Oh, well, let's not worry about it. ZAF. Right there. ZAF. Does he say anything in here about maybe it'll help me out? Wow. Oh, framework. Yeah, audio framework. I was trying to think fidelity. No. Framework. Yeah, so there we go. But anyway, let's just run down. Now we're going to run back through one more time, just sort of show you what all that blathering I did was. So maps, they're going up here. They're going to go on and on. They're going to start picking up trucks. We're going to run trucks on our map. We're going to get up here. We're going to throw some trailers behind our trucks. Cool. We're going to put some skins on the trucks and trailers. Once again, see all these ones with the skins by Goggles? That's my placeholder default thingy. These are not on Steam. So these are not published skins. There's a whole bunch of them. They're all works in progress. Oh, so what are our trucks going to drive around on the road on? Well, they're going to have wheels. Going to have lights. Yep, let's put on some lights. Now here's things that can tweak the gameplay. This helps you paint the tankers. It has to be after the skins. So you select your skin, and it's going to go up there, and it'll see this and go, oh yeah, I know what to do with that skin now. And it's like a conductor between the trailer and the skin. It's got to be above the skins, and it theoretically, it's called a trailer paint jobs. It could be just above the paint jobs. One of the reasons I put it up here personally is I'm really bad for doing a new paint job, just throwing it in here and just going, boom, 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 boom with it and getting it someplace down the load order where it doesn't really belong. And so this way, if I do stick a skin in here and I don't bring it down far enough, this thing up here is going to be above it. So it's kind of like a safety. You got Sissel's Mega Pack. That's all of these things that tune the game. Tuning parts, interiors, real logo for Ruta. That's under trucks. That could be down with trucks, but I always put it up here. Never gets you in trouble up here. This is tuning parts, the mud flat pack. And this is trailers once again. So this is where there's people out there that will go, well, that says trailers, has to be the trailers. And I disagree. And I have had no problem with this loading up here. As I keep this, if I had, let's see if we can find that way station frequency. Let's look for that. Do I still have that corrected? No. That's called trailers too. I don't have that in here anymore. But anyway, example, so it's not written in stone. If it says what it is trailers, think about what it's doing. It's unlocking the trailer so that you can have a double or a triple in a state that only allows singles. That, it's the same reason I don't like Brutus truck and trailer pack. It's tuning parts. But if you watch his load order, he's got it down here, the bottom of his trucks. He would have it right where this F350 is. And to my mind, that's crazy. So that's a tuning part. It goes up here. He's got the truck and trailer flares as trucks. No, I put that up here with the other lights. And I once again, I go back to the analogy I was using is assembling the game. At what point are you going to pick up the lights? Well, after, we've got the truck, we got the skin, we got the wheels, we got the, lights. Yeah, it makes sense and it works. And so once again, this is, the light. Oh, sorry, that's the lights. Better farm machinery. Where's that one? Cargo. Then we have these other ones that we've already been through. So once again, I'm doing lots of blathering, but between it all, just follow along here what I'm doing. Why? We've been to sound fixes. We got the camera improvement. It's called Other. The pivotable is called Other. We've got another right at the top. That weather is called Other. It's just, there's not a whole ton of rhyme or reason to these names, so don't get hung up on them, I guess is what I'm saying. Think about what they're doing and how it's affecting your game. So once again, once I've got the wheels and lights and everything in the truck built, these things up here affect the gameplay. That I can find this cargo, that I can paint that tanker, that I can have these sisal things in my cabin, that I have real logos for Ruta's truck, that I can put goggles, mud flaps on my trailer, that I can have doubles and triples unlocked. All of these things, I lump them in here, and I don't particularly care that it says other tuning part or whatever. As long as they're in a group here, they're after you've built your truck and trailer, and and the skin actually doesn't matter. The skins can go anywhere above the trucks and trailers. This is the traditional place to put them, between the trailers and the wheels and tires kind of thing. That's typical. You can run them right at the top. It doesn't seem to matter. But so once again, not written in stone. I'm just showing you what works for me. So now we're at more other. It's going to be the transmissions. I always put them below the engines, thinking that it's the way I've been shown in the past, and it works. And I think of my truck needing a driveline. Well, it came with a chassis, but I got to put an engine and tranny in it. I put the transmission in, I bolt the engine to the transmission. Simple as that. So here comes my sound mods for engines. And I put the non-Z-mod ones first as it's loading from the bottom to the top. So right after the transmissions comes, these are Creech Bomb engines I put in a pack for Ruta stuff. This is Slav Jerry's mega pack from his Discord. Now comes the Z-mod engines and open defs. And once again, it's the engine, then the open def, engine, open def. And so what happens here, the reason it's this way with Z-mod is the engine is picked up. Now we've got the ability to use this engine, but now we've got changes for it. And this will tell us where we can put the engine and what horsepower and torque we have. If we had this first, it wouldn't be pointing at any particular engine because that's not its job. Its job is to accompany this engine. So this engine comes up as we're loading from the bottom to the top, picks the engine up on the way, the mods to it, and now it's a package. Got another engine, it picks its mods up, it's a package. As you go up, now we get past the engines, and where's all of these sounds that we're getting here? What are you going to put them in? Oh, I could put it in a Freightliner. I could put them in a Kenworth or a Peterbilt. So we've got those sounds can now go into these places as they've been picked up as that thing is getting built from the bottom up. Now we get to the weather sound in effect. So our trucks, our engines are in them. They can be heard in these vehicles. What can these vehicles now hear in the outside world? Well, this stuff. What about how it looks in the outside world? Well, this stuff. The graphics. That's how you're going to see what's in the outside world. Then we get to the master reverb, and this is the master control for what's below it. Now, there's things that you may want outside of that thing, so it doesn't, they don't get affected, whatever, if there's any chance they could. I think there's a few mods that are supposed to go up here. I put these ones up here as the way it's always been. Typically, you have your background map right at the top. I know a lot of people I talk to, and Recon amongst them, And, Eric and Tommy and guys who know what's going on put it at the top. So I'm happy to have that up there with that's good company suggesting it. In the 79-mile-an-hour mod, now this thing here, and I didn't know this till it was explained to me by, I think, Tommy, is that mod is got a whole bunch of stuff in it. Like, and it's only one line of a whole bunch of things that exist in other mods. So for that line to work, you've got to have it above other, like a field of view mod for your field of view camera mods, things like that. This thing has to be above them. So as far as things that are actively changing the game, other than graphically, have this thing at the top. So if you're in any doubt about anything, just put it right at the top. It won't matter. But I generally have it just under the map. So I know that's long-winded, but it's not, there's no rocket science to this. It's more logic than anything. And the best way to sort it is to find a way to get it straight in your mind where if you're going to go and add something to the game, like all of a sudden, you're going through here, there's something in here I haven't used. Okay, what's this? GPS for quick jobs, ATS portable navigator. Says other, portable navigator, quick jobs. What's it do? Truckers working on quick jobs are getting lost. Go to the quick job tracking and put on portable navigator in all trucks. Well, that's cool. So if you're in a truck that doesn't, you do a quick job, you're not choosing the truck, it's given to you. May not have a navigator. That's pretty cool. So you could take that if you were to put that in. And the way to do this, I got to reiterate, stay away from these things. You can get in a lot of trouble here and then get confused and confirm changes or whatever and lose everything. You could hit that and it moves everything from here into here. And that would be bad. So I'll show you what would happen. Do you really want to disable all mods? If you said yes, they would all go in here. What would happen then, I'm not going to do it, but what would happen, this would be blank. And if you confirm changes, you're hooped. But if you don't confirm changes and you moved all those over here, said yeah, and then you hit the X and went out, the changes wouldn't be saved. So if ever you do this and you've clicked everything over here and you said yes, your get out of jail free card is only to hit that X. If you hit that X, you would say you would leave without saving the changes, and you could come back in and everything would be back where it was. Get out of jail free if you hit this and do something silly with it. I don't use these ever. I don't use these ever. I do this. Double click it. There it is. Because if I stay away from these, I'm staying away from these. I don't want anything to do with this. So double click it in, double click it out, double click it in. And for that GPS thing, I would leave it up here somewhere. I would probably put it right there. It would be above. Oh, do I not have my, you know what? I don't have my, let's get that. My Zmod GPS, I like it. So here's a tip. If you want to find something by Zmod and it's buried down in here, you don't know how to find it, go up here and just go, and you know what the name is it? Author. You click author, then you click anything by Zmod. Now everything at the top here, all of Zmod stuff's up here in a big pack. So is that the G5 one? I think that's the new one. 1.1. I think it's, or do I still have the old one in here? Let's find out. GPS. Yeah, that's the old one. I got to get rid of that one. It's confusing me. Zmod. Oh, there's that patch. I think that's the one that was causing everybody a lot of trouble. If your game's crashing, get rid of it or don't use it. So the Zmod wants this. I think he says put it right here. Might be right there above this one, but it doesn't matter. It works just fine there. But for this new one here, I don't know what it's all is in it. I don't know if it's got, if my 79 mile an hour mod quit working all of a sudden, my speed limiter, I would go and bring that above this one just in case. I might just leave it like that anyway. And I might leave this in here and go test it, see how that works, just for giggles. So anyway, there's your little tip on how to find stuff. And, you know, really that's it. I think that's my logic behind what I do. And it works day in and day out and makes for a pretty reliable game. So when I do have crashing problems, it tends to be something else. Like, you know, that bout of trouble I ran through recently was my PC and me not paying attention to its needs. Like, declutter it, get it straightened out, you know, don't make so many hardware changes on the same Windows build. And that was really my big problem. So that was outside of anything with this load order stuff. So as always, appreciate you guys following along. And, you know, if this helps, give her a thumbs up. If you have questions and, you know, you're totally free to ask questions and or get on my Discord and start a conversation there. And, you know, maybe I need to open up a channel on there called Load Order for discussions about that to get a specific question out of the way if you have them. But once again, as always, I really appreciate you guys following along and just wish you happy trucking. And if you have been having problems, stick with it. Ask. You can find the answers. Don't give up on it. It's typically, you know, I've got to reiterate this, and this is a very simple fact, is that the game is not smart. The game does not have a brain. The game has a conductor called a computer that can only do with it what is sent to it by the game. And the game has bits and parts, and if the bits and parts aren't in order, the thing doesn't work. And it's not smart enough to figure it out. So the game, when you curse the game, well, it can't hear you because it doesn't have a brain. It's not smart, and it doesn't know what to do with itself. So we have to tell it what to do. And part of it is your load order. So get your load order in there best you can, following, you know, the basic guidelines I've set forth here. And if people tell you things like that, no, that says this label on it, it's a tuning part, it's another, it's this, it's that, has to be lumped together. No, it has to be logical. What is the thing doing? The guy chose to put other on there when he made the mod. The guy chose to put trucks on there when he made the mod. Is it trucks? Is it a truck? No, it's a wheel or a tire. It's not trucks. So think about it. Those labels are put there. Those labels aren't necessarily what they are. So don't fall afoul of those. Let's go back here and show you real quick what I mean. Guess I'm dragging it on a bit. Sorry about that. But I think this is pretty important concept. See, this is lights. This is a light pack. SWC Modding called it other. I don't get it. This is a trailer. Trailer straight for elite. That's called trailer. Well, that's logical, isn't it? But not everything's logical. It's just pick something random. Tuning parts interior. That's what that is. That's a UI, user interface. So that's good. That makes sense. Sounds, tuning parts. That's good. Trucks. Oh, this not trucks. It's engines. So other. So this says other, Roland mod key. Well, that goes in a very specific place in the Roland load order. You're not going to go put that with this because this says other. When you look at this map mod, it says other. Are you going to put the Roland key there? No. So that's the point I'm trying to make. If people are telling you to follow what these things say, you know, other, well, it's got to be with other. Well, no, I would put that logo where I have my John Ruda logos. And you know why I do it? because it works. I'll put it right with that. What's this called? Trucks. What? It isn't trucks. So, okay, so I think I beat that to death too. So anyway, we're going to call it there. As always, guys, yeah, I appreciate you so much. And just take care out there. Be good to one another. And yeah, just, as much as you can. And you find somebody in need or help in the game, whatever. If you've got a way to help them, because I started out in this game flailing around and took a long time to get the answers I needed. And that's why I have this Discord that's so many of you have built into what it is. And it got very little to do with me. And I really appreciate all of that. So take care and thanks to you all. Bye.